Hi, I'm Zoe.
I'm Matthew.
And we are here to talk about our book haul from this week.
Our book haul came from a book sale in Guelph, and I believe the book sale was organized by the Guelph Library.
It was pretty amazing.
Yes.
We do have some footage that we're going to show that we took a little bit of when we were there, but it was pretty incredible.
It was pretty overwhelming.
Here are some of my books that I got. There's that pile, and there's that pile.
Here are some of mine.
The first one that I got, that's my very favorite, is this little penguin of Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own.
It's from the Great Ideas series.
It's really, really pretty, and it's so pretty I'm probably going to read my other copy of it because this one's too pretty. So that one was my favorite. The next one is Doris Lessing's The Golden Notebook. I already have read this, and I do have another copy of it.
Somewhere.
But this one's really readable. We tend to have like multiple copies of books that it's just we can't get rid of because we either like the cover or, you know, it looks really pretty but the text isn't big enough to actually read.
Paperback versus trade paperback.
Yes, and I'm a collector of paperbacks, so he tends to pick up paperbacks for me and then really nice for himself. The next one I got was Auster, The Brooklyn Follies. I
should put a close-up of that cover in. It's just a strange cover.
It's pretty weird. I really love Auster. I started it already. I'm not feeling it right now. It's a little bit like male existential crisis kind of thing, which is kind of, you know, kind of his thing. My favorite book of his is
the New York trilogy.
The New York trilogy is amazing, but it's kind of male existential crisis, and
you have to be into that. I'm
not really in that mood right now. Another one I got is Julian Barnes. I got into a very adorable conversation with one of the ladies.
Did you?
Yeah, one of the ladies who was checking me out was like, "Oh, I just finished reading that. It's awesome." And I'm like, that's adorable. So I'm glad I picked it up. I like his other stuff. He's a little bit like British stuffy writing for me sometimes. So, you know, who knows how much I'll really like it, because it's a story of two Victorian gentlemen. But, yeah, I'll give it a chance. The next one I got is Jasper Forrest, The Jane Eyre Affair. I have already read the second one before reading this because I'm...
the Thursday Next series.
Yes, because I am silly. So now I'm going to go back and read this one.
It was my fault. I bought you the second one first.
Yes. But I will probably be doing a whole review of all the three that I have once I kind of finish them. The next one is this really, really pretty copy of this Doris Lessing book, The Diaries of Jane Summers. I like Doris Lessing, if you can't tell, two of her books in one haul. I find she's super unfashionable, and I can't figure out why.
She's easy to find. I don't know why she's out of
no one
fashion.
seems to be talking about her.
She won the Nobel Prize not long ago. She died only a year or so ago.
Yeah, I thought she was going to like kind of emerge after she died, but she didn't. Yeah, and I can't really figure out why. Greg Proops, my favorite podcaster, did an excellent summary of her work when she died, and he talked about how she's the sort of writer that always grew because she was always changing like her political ideologies. Like she'd write one story in a very different political voice than the other, and a lot of people rejected that about her because, you know, authors get kind of put into these corners, and if they try and move out of it, people aren't interested. So maybe that's why, but I get in like a Doris Lessing mood, and it's like no one else will satisfy it. So those are my books. Now Matt's gonna talk about his books.
Here are mine. The first is In the Bedroom, which is a collection of stories by Andrew Dubus, or Dubus, and they're all related to the film made by Todd Fields, In the Bedroom, which I don't actually think is the name of any of his stories. But his story, The Killing, was the, or Killings rather, was the actual inspiration for the film.
I really like him as a writer.
And I like Todd Fields as a director. He likes his literary adaptations. I got into him through Little Children, another adaptation.
Which is
another great
amazing, both of them, if you haven't seen them.
This is one I have no knowledge of the book or the author. It's
really pretty.
Lady Audley's Secret by Mary Elizabeth Braddon. And she's a 19th century writer who's largely forgotten now because her name isn't Austen or Bronte. And this is part of the Atlantic Books Crime Classics series.
Oh.
That's a bookmark.
That is a bookmark.
And that's from the Grove Press, which I'm rather fond of.
From the bookshelf.
Oh. No surprise, coming from Guelph.
Yes.
The bookshelf. The other is Daphne Marlatt's Anahistoric.
Which I love.
That's one of Zoe's favorites.
So I was very excited when I saw that he'd picked it up because I've loved it for a very long time. And I can't find my copy, so I can
you can borrow mine.
Yeah.
I love the cover. It's part of the Anansi's A-List series. And when I picked it out, I noticed that the person beside me had also picked it and put it in their bag, and it was a strange moment. You know, we were connected. Me and this stranger. That's about it, really. That was all that connected. We didn't actually talk or anything. It was just,
she would have been my new best friend.
Whoever it was, yes. The other, another book I found was The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. I have it.
It's so pretty.
But it's such a beautiful copy that I had to buy it again. And I think you already said we're in the habit of buying doubles.
That's
triples.
not a reading copy.
No, that's definitely
that book
not.
will never be actually read, which is horrible.
It'll look beautiful on my shelf.
Yes.
And that's about all. The next two are both Samuel Beckett. And Zoe found me this one.
I saw it and it was Colin.
The Letters of. And Company is, I think, his last prose collection, or maybe it's just one piece, Company, because I've also seen Company in a collection with other short prose works of Samuel Beckett's, and that's it. Those are my books. That's my book haul.
So in terms of the book sale, we frequent quite a few book sales in the region.
Yes.
It wasn't my favorite. Maybe on the Sunday it would be. We decided...
We went to the Early Bird.
Yes.
Which actually costs $10 to get into, which is something of an oddity for book sales, at least the book sales we've attended.
Yes.
I mean...
The books weren't particularly reasonably priced. Hardcovers were $3.
Which is a regular.
Larger soft covers were $3.
No, $2 for larger soft covers.
Okay.
$1 for paperbacks, smaller soft covers.
And with the $10 early bird fee, it was kind of...
You lost the bargain.
I'm not saying it was too expensive because I was happy it was going to a library.
Yeah.
But
I did support a library.
I've done bigger hauls.
Yes,
there was a lot of the same thing out. Like they did a really great job organizing it in that. They actually had doubles together, but there wasn't really a whole lot of variety out.
Actually, you know, now that you mention it, that they actually went to the trouble of alphabetizing the authors, which is something I haven't actually seen.
No, like they did an amazing job.
It wasn't just fiction, philosophy, psychology. It was fiction and then alphabetized.
And I mean, you'll see in the clips just how many books there were.
Yes.
So, like, I mean, the volunteers are incredible.
Oh, yeah, they were all very diligent.
And I'll definitely want to go back.
Absolutely. But Sunday would probably be the choice day to go.
Go on Sunday.
Loony Sunday, they called it, because everything is $1 or less.
You know what we didn't show that I got?
What?
The Steve Martin stand-up record.
Oh, yes, they also had vinyl records, DVDs, VHS. The works.
Yeah, and they were the vinyl was $1, so getting a Steve Martin stand-up record for $1 was pretty awesome.
It was a good find.
Well, that's it for our book haul this week.
That's the book haul.